Hi, good morning all. Welcome to robotics engineering. Today we are going to discuss tactile sensors. So a tactile sensor is a very basic sensor in a robotics. So tactile sensors are devices which indicate the contact between themselves and some other solid object. So main objective is to identify the touch or contact. Again, the tactile sensing device can be divided into two classes. It is divided into two types. First one, a simple touch sensor. Then second one, a force sensor. Now we will discuss touch sensor. A touch sensor provides a binary output, that is 0 or 1, which indicates the whether or not contact has been made with the object. So if a robot touch with or contact with an object, it will send 0 or 1. By this way, we can identify whether the touch is made. So this is a very simple type of sensor. We can fabricate with a simple micro switch. Then second categories are force sensor. It's also known as stress sensors. It can indicate not only contact, can also use for indicating contact, but also magnitude of the contact force between the two objects. So it is widely used for detecting the or measuring the contact force between two objects. So these are two types of tactile sensor. So touch sensors are used to indicate that contact has been made between two objects without regard to the magnitude of the contacting force. Here we cannot identify the contact force, but we can identify a simple touch or simple contact. So it can fabricate using limit switch, micro switch like. Working is same as a simple switch. When a switch is touch or switch is closed, a signal will generate. With this signal, we can identify whether the contact is made or not. An individual touch sensor will interpret the physical contact between the robotic finger and textured surface. As soon as the robot has made contact with the item, a signal transmitted to the controller. Then controller can decide the action. So there will be a switch. When a robot touch with some object, the switch will press. Then one signal will send either 0 or 1. That it will receive by its controller, and controller can do something. Then another use, they can be used to indicate the presence or absence of parts, a fixture or a pickup point along a conveyor. Suppose a conveyor belt is moving, so it can use to identify whether the part is present or absent. Another use of touch sensing device would be part of inspection probe, which is manipulated by robot to measure dimension on a work part. So it is made up with array of sensor. With a single sensor, we can easily identify the contact. With the array of sensor, it means a group of sensor, we can identify the dimension of a work part. During the contact of a tactile sensor with the surface of an object, the individual touch sensor detects different information about the size, shape, and texture of the object. So, tactile sensors are used to indicate contact. Then it can measure the size. Using array of sensor, we can identify the size. Then shape, we can predict the shape also. So this controller then measure the real size, shape, and feel of the object. So it's a very simple sensor. With a simple sensor of a micro switch, we can identify the presence, or with using group of sensor, we can identify the size, shape, and feel. These are all about simple touch sensor. Thank you.